final and third day, GameGune 2012. First team for the grand final is Fnatic. I'm standing here with Karrigan. Just finished semi-final, upper bracket final against ESC Gaming. Before talking about this match, I want to talk a little bit about your match going into this one, the one against Virtus. They've been playing kind of good, right?
I mean, we already know from our practice game and from DreamHack they played really good at DreamHack. So for me it was top contender to top 3, and for me it was a very hard game against Virtus. We practiced a lot against them online, so they kind of knew what we were gonna do on those 2x especially. And I think they surprised us a bit with new strats or playing that a little different than they used to in their practice. So on the first map they played really great, but I mean then we came back into the game and we won the 2 second games. But now I heard they lost against Delta. So I don't know if it was hard for them to lose the match against us, since the last map was kind of going back and forth. So I think they kind of broke the match against us. So maybe that's why they went out against Delta.
So to me it seems like you think it's surprising that they lost against Delta?
We played against Delta in the group stage. I think we were in front of 14-1 on Dust 2, and they won Dust 2 against Virtus.pro like 16-7, I think. So yes, it's a big surprise to me, but again, Delta played well in the practice games also. But I think Virtus maybe lost the motivation. I had some issues against us that break them down, and they lost focus on the game.
After finding out you had to play ESC Gaming in the upper bracket final, they beat Navi. Took you 3 maps to defeat them. What went wrong and what went right in your opinion?
I think we played really good on Nuke, especially in the weapon rounds. We lost both pistols, and we lost a really stupid round when we were 14-14 with them. They had the Deagles and bought what they could. So we had some miscommunication in that round, and that actually costed the match for us. So actually I think we would have won 16-14. And again, if you lose both pistols, it's really hard to get into the game because they got the money system rolling in on their account. So I mean, we play good, but they are of course one of the best players in the world, so they took Nuke home.
And the 2 other maps?
I think the rest maybe speak for itself. We won 16-7, 6-7 on both maps, and we kind of won the pistols. Then I think we won 3 out of 4 pistols, and then we came up with our IVPs, and Trace played really good. But all players on our team played up to their best level. So I mean, it's hard, and our team loves to play against ESC, the playing style from them. So I mean, I think it's we have played against 5 times with the fnatic line since I joined, and we won the 5 times now. So I think ESC playing style fits us well.
Yesterday when I interviewed Taz, he said that it was not so good for them that Trace joined, because he's always the player that, you know, take someone out even though not knowing where he's standing and stuff like this. Do you feel you could use Trace as like a secret weapon, place him in positions where they didn't expect it, or was that not the case?
I mean, Trace is, in my opinion, the best clutch player in the world. He has extremely good one-on-one situation, one-on-one two situations. So yes, it's like a secret weapon, because we used Gooks for more intro fragger. And in our lineup, all can play aggressive, and Trace is then playing a little slower maybe sometimes, and that mixes up our style. So I think yes, it's a secret weapon for us that people don't know how we play and how we use the players right now. So I think also good to have a third AVP in our lineup to surprise sometimes if we want to rotate in game.
I noticed you didn't have your Ratchet in this match against ESC. What is the reason behind this?
I was told by the organization that we couldn't use this toy anymore in our games, and it's surprisingly against ESC, they also bought some noisemakers. So I think ESC said to the organization, if they're gonna use their toys, we're gonna use our toys. So it was a match for the first time without my toy with fnatic lineup. And it went pretty good, so I think it's our team making, not the toy.
Next grand final, it's going to be a best of 5 with a 1 map advantage for you guys. It's a lot of CS.
I mean, if we had lost the semi-final, it would be a very, very long day because we had like 4 BO3s back to get into the grand final, 3 BO3s. So I think it's nice for us to get a break in, I think we have 2 or 3 hours, so we can watch and eat and relax a little and then get back into the game. But I think in the final it's going to be maybe best of 5. It's a lot of maps actually, so you can end up losing 3-1 and go out of the tournament after 4 maps. So it's gonna be interesting how the way we are gonna veto against the teams. Maybe against Navi they can't remove Forge and Nuke, so maybe for them it would be hard in the finals. So let's see what's happening in the final. I think it will be a worthy final of this event.
Last year you were here with ESC Gaming at the time when they were a mixture of Swedes and Kalle, the Norwegian. Compared to last year where you finished second, compared to what you've experienced so far at GameGune, how has the two been in comparison?
And this team is a world-class team. I mean, we have practiced a lot in the last 10 days and we have played very good tournaments lately. I think it's 7 or 8 finals in a row we are in now. So it's a whole other lineup and a whole other class players because ESC was a good mixture of Kalle and Modi and Barbara and Pronax. But I mean, this team is for me the best team in the world right now since we have in the 7th final in a row.
I know a lot of people are asking this all the time, so I'll finish off by asking 2 small questions. First of all, is there any problem between Trace and Freeze?
No, there's no problem between the players in our lineup. We have, of course, small discussions in our team and in practice, but when we're together there's no problem because all players in this lineup wants to win, and this is the big motivation for the team. So there's no problem at all when you're playing, and also not outside the game.
Also, a lot of people don't understand the whole Scandinavian people can understand each other, so I'll ask this: is there any language barriers?
In game there's actually no language barrier, but sometimes outside the game I can't understand one word of what the Exist is saying. But that's okay, I think, so sometimes Modi is going to translate for us, but when we're together there's no problem at all, and in-game it's working very fine.
Well, thanks for your time, and I wish you the best of luck in the final. Any words before shutting down?
I want to thank our sponsors to make this possible, and I want to thank friends and a girl from Russia, and then I want to thank my family for watching my games at GameGune.
See you guys at home. First is lower bracket, and then shortly after it's going to be the grand final here at GameGune 2012. See you guys later.